Hi everyone, I'm going to react to Haikyuu Season 2, Episode 5, Greed. Last episode and last OVA, because I just finished watching the OVA for the second season, versus Akaten, something like that. And what happened in Episode 4 was that Hinata and Kageyama, they failed one of the exams. I think one of them is English, the other one is something else, and then they had to take the supplemental exam. Then they passed it, and then they came like right at the end of the day, something. Then they joined in the practice exam, and then Carson was able to win one match, one set, I guess. And then they met Liev, because they haven't seen Liev before, and then there was this competition between Liev and Hinata, right? Well, Liev is like, I'm gonna be the ace, and that the ace is the one that scores the most, and then Hinata was just there being safe, like, yeah, the ace is the one that scores the most. So I don't know. I keep asking whether Hinata scores the most when they're in the match, but I don't know. And then what else? We met these 4 teams, right? You have Fukurodani, which I think their captain is Bokuto. I'm not totally sure. And then their thing they have a strong ace. You have another team who's Shinzen, right? They do some kind of combo thing, and then you have Ubugawa, which they are like great at serves and stuff. So I think that's basically what happened last episode. And then the OVA just expanded on Hinata and Kageyama, how they were practicing and for the text for the supplemental exam, and how Tanaka went to the sister to try to convince her to take them to Tokyo and everything. So yeah, let's check out this episode. And before we get into it, if you guys like my reactions, please give it a thumbs up, please subscribe, and please consider supporting me on Patreon, where you can find early access to a few of the animes I'm reacting to and the full length of Haikyuu and all the other animes as well. So consider supporting me there. And now let's check out this episode, and here we go. I wonder who's greedy. Well, yeah, and then Hinata was like, we need to change our attacks and stuff. Also, the last 2 sets, they went there. They went there. Ooh, they're going against each other. He did say that, I forgot. He's still closing his eyes. It's also cat. Yes, and Hinata speed too. From A to C. He did say it. He did say it. Don't be too cocky, Liev. Liev. Oh, my boy already knows. Guys, you need to evolve, man. What are you thinking, Hinata? Yes, you are excited. Where's Oikawa? Like you saw, Oikawa should be somewhere there. Oh, they're talking about the aces. Okay. Hinata? These were too excited. See, I know you're excited and all, but like, Can you analyze the play? Okay. What are you feeling? Okay, so Hinata's the one being greedy. The quick that goes like whoosh. He's actually gonna have his eyes open? It's not that he doesn't trust you. At least let him do it once, and if he misses, then don't do it until after the match or something. I don't know. Asahi too. Looming fear? Oh, his own fear. Okay. Let's go try. Sensei to the rescue. He said it perfectly. Where are they going? Oh, okay. The coach is listening. Oikawa. At least try, Kageyama. Try. You're all against him. To do with your eyes open. Oh, I remember that. That episode where they said that he's like the second ace of the team. Daigo-sama. He said that he saw it. That's what he said. He has amazing eyes. Oh. In a what play? I missed it. In a contact play? Oh, that was it. Oh. No, believe in you. I feel like I want to see Kenma like every episode. The grandfather or the father or something? The original Kochu guy? Let's practice a free. A free quick, right? They're gonna practice, but with his eyes open. Mm-hmm. Practice makes perfect, Kageyama. Okay? Don't give up on him. He's missing all of it. He's speaking some truth. But stop it. What the heck? Oh, Yachi, poor Yachi. Like, stop fighting in front of her. Are you back to that? For real? You know how persistent he is. Stop it. That's not what he's saying. I remember. Don't cry. Y'all gonna make me cry, man. I remember. Oh, like to Ikawa. Evolution, baby. No, it's gonna become reality. Man, I love this. This episode was so charged with tension, with emotion. I'm like, yo. Okay. We started this episode with the practice match between Nekoma and Karasuno, right? And then Liev was able to block the free quick, right? And then he like dared Hinata. Hinata got so excited that when the toss was coming to Asahi, right? He just like jumped. He couldn't help himself. He jumped trying to spike, but then they like collided in midair and they fell to the ground. And then Asahi was about to like unload on him or something. Not like unload because he's really like, he's still that timid kind of person. But then Hinata just went like, I'm sorry. So in that moment, Azumani, why do I? Instead of Asahi, and I'm thinking Azumani like all the time because the coach usually says that. So Asahi is like, okay, Hinata is now, he's so focused on like trying to hit the ball and everything. So he's sort of like trying to take my place as the ace of the group. So he's becoming greedy in that aspect. And then with Hinata realizing that their free quick is not gonna take them really far against strong teams, he's like, okay, we need to change tactics. Now I need to be able to see the ball so that I know like how to spike in and everything. Hinata's like, no, that's not gonna work, because the way that their free quick works is that it's so quick. It's like a split second kind of thing, and you being in meter in that split second, you're not gonna have the time to be like trying to analyze everything, where to spike and everything. So Kageyama is like, no, we don't need your will when it comes to that. So there was tension on the court, and then Suga takes them outside, and he was about to tell Kageyama to let Hinata try, right? If I remember correctly. But then after Kageyama gave his explanation for why he did not want to let Hinata do that, he understood it. And then you have the coach also listening while they were talking. So Suga is like, okay, I agree with Kageyama. The coach is like, I agree with Kageyama. Like, we really don't need you to be doing that right now, because the free quick is your special attack. And we don't have time to be doing all that. So Hinata's like, when I'm like up there, I can see what's happening. Just like Tanaka could see things slow down when he's about to spike and stuff like that. So at first when he was saying that, I'm like, what does that mean? Each time he says that, like he could see when they had the practice match against Seijo, right? Like he could see the breaking. You could see his expressions while he was like in the back, right? And the coach is like, you can feel it or something? Like he didn't actually believe that Hinata could see it, right? Like he was just like twisting the words that he's saying. When Hinata's saying this, he's like, no, you actually believe you're doing this. So I didn't actually get where they were going with it while Hinata was explaining to them what he sees when he's about to spike. It wasn't until the end of the episode when the coach was saying that there are some players, like when you're up there about to spike, these things happen in like such a small amount of time that when you jump up there, you don't focus. Like everything in front of you is like a blur. But there are some people that can actually see way beyond the blockers and everything, and that if Hinata has that kind of ability, if they can cultivate it in such a way that he's able to use it while they're doing the freak quick, it's gonna be like in that image of Kageyama and Hinata like in the trees or something, and then the crows, and then Kageyama's like crashed down, and then Hinata is like this. So cool. I love when they do those kind of stuff. Like it makes me feel so hype. So like he's saying, if that happens, then they're gonna be like unstoppable, like so good. And then that's when Hinata came in and it's like, how am I supposed to practice? Because once they got back from the practice training camp, whatever, with the other teams, Hinata asked Kageyama to toss him some balls because he wants to practice like hitting the ball with his eyes open. But he kept missing. And Kageyama was getting upset because he's like, we already have this free quick thing already set in place. You're still not that efficient, I guess, in receiving and all that. So just let's practice on that, make you better in those areas, because you also have that thing right there. Instead of wasting a time on you trying to hit the ball while your eyes are open, and like he feels that's the better use of their time, to have him study those stuff, practice on those stuff, instead of them wasting the time trying to get him to be able to hit those balls with his eyes open. So then the fight between them, oh my gosh. I understood where they were both coming from, but I hated seeing them fight, because when they're together in unison, of one accord, they're like amazing. But then I feel like this fight is also gonna propel them to be better in the future, to evolve. Because I feel like Kageyama is gonna he's gonna come down to Hinata's point of view, and then they're gonna be practicing either, I don't know. But when their fight ended and then Kageyama left, they were fighting in front of Yachi, and Yachi was like, stop it, and then she was about to cry, and then she went and got Tanaka, and Tanaka came and stopped the fight. We didn't see how that actually ended. We knew Tanaka stopped the fight, and then we didn't see how Kageyama felt after it. We just saw Hinata and Yachi going home, and Hinata apologizing, him saying that Kageyama was his partner, and as he was biking away, like he was crying. I really hate to see them fight, but I feel like they're both carrying heavy loads when it came to their match against Seijo that they lost. Hinata feels like he didn't, he's the spiker, right? So he's the one that's supposed to score. So he feels like he let everybody down. And then you have Kageyama, who's like, they read my set, like they knew what I was about to do, so they would stop. So he also has that guilt on him. And then when he said while they were fighting in the gym that he only he said in the, was it the first, I don't know, or was it the third, whatever, in the first season or the first 3 episodes, somewhere in there, or 4, I don't know, but those first few episodes, he said something to Hinata about him only setting to people that are going to be useful. I forgot how he actually phrased it. And then he said the same thing here too, and I'm like, oh no, you did not just say that. Excuse me. Like, you did not just, he sort of said that he was being useless. Like, Hinata was being useless, and I'm like, yo. And I feel like that's when Hinata got angry and sort of like tackled him, right? Or am I messing things up? Like, I really don't want to see them fight. Although I know it's like a necessary step on their path to evolution. And then even Daichi and Suga and Hazumane, they were talking about it. And Tanaka was also there, right? They were talking about the fight, and then they're like, haven't they fought before? Like, they did. When they first wanted to join, and then, I don't know, I just remembered, when I remembered that scene, that episode where they were fighting each other, what actually like comes into my mind, apart from the fighting, is Suga, because they were outside, right? Suga would be like, come, when the door is open and something happens, and then he would like come and just like close the door like this. That image is like still stuck in my mind. I loved that so much, that episode. I think that was in episode 2. Yeah, I just love that so much. So while they actually remember that, that's where my mind went. Like, yo. And I'm like, how are they gonna get back together? And then when Hinata went to the coach and he's like, how am I supposed to practice now? What does he mean? Does he mean that because Kageyama's like, I'm not gonna be doing this with you? Is Hinata gonna keep trying to practice with the eyes open? He's gonna have to, right? If they are gonna evolve. Is Kageyama gonna be doing it? Or did Hinata go to the sensei because if he actually gets the sensei's approval on him wanting to do that, then Kageyama is gonna be like, maybe like forced to do it? I don't know. Like, I'm just trying to see what that question, like what the answer to that question is gonna be. I'm trying to imagine it. We'll see. I loved this episode, but I loved it, but like, yo, the fight, I don't like it. Don't like it at all. Thank you guys for watching. And if you like my reactions, please give it a thumbs up, please subscribe. And if you want to see the next reaction right now, you can do so by checking out my Patreon. So please consider supporting me there. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you on Wednesday. Bye.